Hi guys, Roxanne here from Tiny Home Living. I didn't make any video yesterday. Chris had to go into the city to get a part for the Generac, and I went out and started the wood stove, the new wood stove yesterday, and I had the fire going really good, and I came back in and then I didn't see any smoke coming out of the chimney, so I thought it went out. And it's so icy outside I didn't want to go back out and check on it. Chris said the wood did burn down, so the fire did burn out. I just didn't have any more wood to put on it. I only put in what was there. So we're going to try and get it started again today. The bluing on the top did continue, but it didn't complete the whole top of the wood stove. So we're going to try and keep it going long enough today to do that. Anyway, we're going to go outside. Before I do, I just want to ask you to like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and don't forget to give a thumbs up to the videos. That really helps the channel. All these little things that I didn't realize when I started this channel, like commenting and hitting the thumbs up, really helps the channel. So would love it if you would do that too, and hope you're enjoying the video. It is a beautiful sunny day. I don't know what the temperature is. I forgot to look before I came out here, but days like this, we've had a lot of cloudy days and the solar doesn't charge that well, so it's kind of crappy. So we try and do laundry and stuff on days like this too. So I've got this full of newspaper. I'm just going to put a bunch of kindling in. Lots of kindling, so I'm just going to use lots. I can't be bothered fiddling around with it. You know, it goes out and start over again. I'm sure I'll get better at this, knowing how much to put in there, but we just need to get it started today. And Chris opened the door in here. He said it was colder in here than it was outside, so we're just leaving the door open. But anyway, I'm just going to put the camera down. See if maybe I can get this lit while holding the camera. So yeah, he did say there was nothing but ash. I thought maybe the fire had gone out, and there was just going to be logs in there that not burned, because that happens if you don't light the fire well. So I'm actually going to try dehydrating some tomatoes in here if I can get this thing going good, because the off-grid oven, it only has 300 as a minimum temperature, and you need it lower than that to dehydrate. So this oven might be good. And then if I get a rack up above here too, that'll be perfect for proofing bread and for dehydrating vegetables in the future. So that'll be good too. I actually had I have a wood stove cookery book that I bought a couple years ago, you know, in hopes of getting a wood cook stove. Now you can see again smoke coming out of odd places here. I've got this all the way out. Like I said in the other video, that this opens up the chimney flue. And then we've got these screwed all the way in, which I'll just show you, see the little plate down there? If you screw it out, it tightens this plate up so it doesn't let the air in. So we were doing things backwards at the beginning. Now I'm just going to close this a bit because the smoke is coming in here. It's nice being able to do this with the door open too, because the bluing was making a lot of smell the other night, and Chris did leave the bathroom window open a bit because it was really stinky. And I don't know if you saw in the past video, I was sort of explaining, people I'm sure in earlier videos were wondering what the heck we were doing with the way we laid the tiles out on the back wall here, but this was my idea, was to have the gray ones where it doesn't matter so much, and then the colored ones where the stove starts, because that's, you know, my centerpiece. And again, it says in the manual that the stovepipe is centered, and it's not, which is enough to make someone like me twitch for the rest of my life, but I'm gonna ignore it. I'm trying really hard. And that seems to be starting really good. Yep. I know, it's smoky. I've got a wood sling that I think will fit right here. And I've got a set of tools that I should be able to tuck in there, so that'll be good too. The smoke is still coming out the door here, but I think it's too soon. And you can see the smoke coming out of the back of the stove too, so I don't know if that's just because it's new. You can see it's going good in there now. But, oh, it's so hard for me to crouch down. Let me see if I can get this piece. Get it on the pile there. So it's all catching really good. See, the newspaper at the back hasn't even caught yet. This box is really long, so that's going to be nice because the next time we buck up some firewood, we'll make the logs really long. So my kindling's going really good now. So I am going to try and get a couple logs in here. If I put them at the angle, then they're laying across the, oh, these are really big pieces though. This wood's nice and dry too though, so let's see if I can get that. There we go. That way the kindling's laying underneath it and it's gonna catch really good. Here's my little poker. If I can get this guy in there better there. That should start really good. It's gonna really annoy me that I can't go out in the woods and play with my chainsaw this year. I'm gonna close that tight now. See what happens. It's already getting warm all the way over to here. And so I can feel the heat, and it's actually the heat is in that curved area where you can see the bluing. So I need to get it hot enough and keep it hot long enough to get the bluing to cover the whole top of the stove. You can see how this corner isn't blue and that corner's not hot. Whereas if you touch it where the bluing is, it's really hot. So, let me see. I put another big log on there. You can see how good the fire's going now. It's warm all the way over to here now. It just hasn't blued yet. I just put another big log on. So it's going really well now. I'm gonna try and keep it going. Pretty exciting. Fire's going really good. And you can see the temperature going up. Chris closed this. And so now the temperature's going up in the oven. So I think they said dehydrating vegetables to do the temperature at 130 or something, and I can't do that in the off-grid oven, so I'll be able to do it in here. Look at this. My goodness. Vacuumed all the crap off the stove too. And Chris was just noticing, I noticed this yesterday, how much this opened up. And he just it's opened up a lot more now. But I think that's why there is a joint there. It's an expansion joint. So anyway, and you can see now that he's got the window in the door, and he's gone to get the knob set. It'll get really warm in here now. So we're just gonna leave this plywood on the entryway here for now, to protect the new tiles while we're doing all this. And again, that way if you drop a tool or a drill or something, you're not going to crack the tile. But oh, the other thing I wanted to show you I don't know, I mentioned this in a previous video too. Where is it? These knob sets. I was describing to Chris how I wanted, above the wood stove, I want some sort of rack made with conduit. We still haven't figured out if we're going to have it drop from the ceiling or how we're going to support it. But anyway, I wanted to use conduit, paint it black to match the pipe, and have a shelf or some sort of rack up here for my cast iron. But it'll also be good for proofing bread or dehydrating stuff up there. So anyway, I think I've got a couple extras because I redesigned the bathroom. I think I'm going to put one here to hang the fireplace tools on. Now, doesn't that look cute, especially against the red? But I found these handles and they look exactly like conduit. And I was so in shock and so over the moon and so excited because it was like Richelieu took the picture out of my little tiny brain and made cabinet handles. And not only that, IKEA has these little black rails with baskets and things that hang on the wall. Well, I got this long one to put on the cabinet under the sink to pull on the pull-out cabinet, but also to be able to hang a tea towel on. And the IKEA ones are too long for this little wall here. But look at this. It's the perfect width for here. So I'm going to get a couple more of these, and I can still get the little IKEA baskets to hang on here, but the rods, the little black rods that IKEA makes, are too long for this little wall. They're 23.5 inches. So by the time you get the trim on here and the trim in the corner, there isn't going to be 23 inches there. But aren't these perfect? Oh, I am so excited. Anyway, just another thing to get me super excited. And I haven't told Chris yet, but I think I want this wall painted red too, because I like the looks of the these against the red paint. So he's got to repaint down there where the Schluter is on the tiles, because we thought it was the grout was gonna wash off, and it won't. So I'll break that news to him later. Don't tell anybody. Now, we've also had this stuff for 100 years, because we've had wood stoves in almost every home for a long time. Let me move my leg. So this is perfect for here. It's, yeah, you know, it's not perfect, but it's gonna have to do, because I need to put the wood somewhere here. And there we go. And the tool set will fit on the other side. My goodness, it's almost like the designer designed that space for that. He's hanging those on there thinking that he's going to get away with not having to put that knob on the, or handle on the wall. I know what he's thinking.
That'll work all right.
Yeah. Awesome.
It's gonna go on here, maybe.
No, I don't think so.
Need hooks.
No, because then they'll always be in the way when you open the door. They'll hang, the hooks will hang on the rack that goes up here. Last night I made roast beef. It's an eye of the round, so a very lean one, but if you put it in cast iron, it was so tender last night, and then, whoops, when you reheat it, it actually ends up even being more tender. So I'm putting it over on the cool side of the stove here, and we're just gonna reheat supper while we're working, because then you don't have to waste propane. Heat the oven up to reheat supper. Oh my goodness, that smells so good. Again, you can sort of see the bluing spreading this way. Fire's going really good. It's going to be neat to load it up tonight and see what we have in the morning for embers. I went and got the oven mitts so I can take this meat out of here. It's cooking too much, too fast. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna do what one guy suggested and put a cast iron griddle on the top there in the corner so that you can just keep stuff that you want to not get too hot. Because this is way hotter than what I wanted. Holy moly, boiling like crazy. But when you reheat, we actually like it, the roast is almost better the second day when you cook it in these cast iron pans, especially like the cheaper cuts and the really lean cuts like the eye of the round. The meat is just like butter. It's so tender, and that's another reason I love cast iron. So I'm gonna have to keep some oven mitts out here too, but I'll have hooks when I get my figure out the rack up here. Just gonna let that cool off as much as I can. Up to the edge here. Oh, it smells so good. So you can see how awesome the coals are now. So I am gonna break them down so they're kind of flat. And then you got a good bed of coals, and then I can load as many logs in there as I can. Oh, Sadie's coming for a visit. We were trying to call her in here and she wouldn't come. Oh, she doesn't understand this at all. What do you think, sweetie? What do you think? It's a new wood stove to lay in front of. Oh, it's so exciting, and I bet you smell roast beef. This is what we call the cuckoo runs. Yeah. Are you having cuckoo runs? She usually dives into her bed at the end of the cuckoo run though, so she doesn't know what to do. Oh, we're gonna need another bed. It's really funny in the tiny house because she dives into her bed at the end of each end of the house. You're so cute. Yes, you are. Do you smell roast beef? Yeah, you got tricked. It was taken over there. What's going on? So many things to sniff. Oh my goodness. Come on. Do you want to go have some roast beef? So I actually got 6 logs in there. So you can see if they were about 6 inches longer, I would get a really long burning time out of this. So we're gonna leave it at that. Temperature went down a bit from us opening the oven door. So it's about 260, I guess. So we're gonna check on this before we go to bed and see what we get for bluing for tomorrow and see what we've got for coals in the morning if we load it up before bed. She's still doing her little back and forth thing. Chris just collected the eggs for today and we got 10. So one of the new hens must be laying. So that's good news too. So that's it for today, guys. A really good day. My goodness, I couldn't be happier. So if you're enjoying the videos, like and subscribe, hit that notification bell and share this video with your family and friends. Don't forget to like and don't forget to leave me some comments or questions if you have them. And it won't be long now before I am cooking on this puppy, not just reheating dinner.